What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and I'm bringing you an update on Shibnobi and what's going on with the project. So make sure you subscribe for all your Shibnobi content, and let's jump straight into this video. So I'm going to come back a little bit and talk about the price and talk about the thing that's on everyone's mind, which is a V2 contract. But currently sat 2025, down 3.5%, 18 and 19% for the week. $72 million market cap, 305,000 in daily volume, which actually is up a little bit, which is good. 12.4 million in liquidity. So that's kind of where the chart sits. I do want to come back and talk about the chart because I do think it's important to reference it in terms of this migration, this V2 bit that everyone is talking about, that Cliff's come out and give us some information about. So look, what do we kind of get out of the AMA? And I guess Cliff, if you know Cliff, he is a very resilient man. He's a very business-focused man, and he's very driven to make sure this project's a success. Not the first time Shibnobi's faced a bit of hardship, and it's kind of come out the other side. So look, he talked in his AMA about how they are working on the roadmap, they are delivering product, and ultimately, how does a chart go up? How does a price go up? People buy the token. Why do people buy the token? They invest in the utility, the project, or what they are bringing. And I think we've seen certainly a hype market where people get in on projects that just hype. I think the modern era of new projects is all about pre-sales, and I think people are just jumping into whatever pre-sales they can, trying to flip what they can. And I think products and projects that bring utility will have a longer life in this space. So Cliff's talked a lot about the roadmap, so I thought it'd be good just to reference it, see where we are. So look, a lot of exchange listed. If you go back up to the top here, you can see where we're listed on BKEX, Bitmart, FegEx, Hotbit, LBank, Probit. And yes, you might be thinking, there isn't a big exchange in there, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Also, they've got Dojo Swap, and you can also buy this on Uniswap. I'm not going to go too much into the exact what's the project. There's plenty of videos out there, certainly on my channel as well. But look, phase 3 is kind of where we are getting towards. So phase 2 is well underway, but Gate.io, Crypto.com, Binance, obviously ambitious in terms of want to get to, but certainly is on the mission to get there. And then we start getting into the utility. So look, Dojo Swap is launched, and every day there are more and more tokens that are launched on there. The Shibnobi NFTs, the Shibnobi 3-factor authentication wallet, and the Shibnobi blockchain. Now, they are starting to build the team. The members of this team are starting to really start to ramp up, so this will start to move quite quickly. And then phase 5, we move into the Dojoverse. So, you know, Cliff and the team are really focused here just on delivering product, because that is what they think will drive this price. So we take a look at just some more of the AMA, and I thought it was worthwhile just covering off. So this is Cliff Notes from the 28th, which is yesterday. So you can see the price trackers and exchanges. Cliff has been working towards getting the information that displayed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, as well as some of the exchanges that were listed on corrected. So there's been an issue in terms of just what has been reported on there. The lower SHINJA gas fees team has made a change that will allow SHINJA to be somewhat lower fees in terms of gas. The BSC contract finalization. So if you didn't know, we talked about this a while back, but Shibnobi is going to the Binance Smart Chain. So the contract is in the final stages of review and will be likely sent to CertiK to begin audit very soon. So great that we're going to get audited by CertiK before listed on the Binance Smart Chain, but absolutely just another product that talked about, worked through, and is coming to the space. And then Hotbit maintenance. Hotbit is currently conducting maintenance, has temporarily suspended the trading function. Now what they are doing is implementing the ability to get tokenomics through their platform. So I think it's definitely worthwhile to do. So we're seeing that, and I think there's one other exchange as well that is currently doing that. We do have, and we know that when Shibnobi does events, they don't do it by half. So the Shibnobi competition, win tickets to celebrity comedy event at the Hollywood Improv, include a round-trip airfare, stay at the world-famous Roosevelt Hotel, access to the event, meet, greet, photos, free Shibnobi merch to wear, custom wooden plaque signed by celebrities, $1,000 in Ethereum to the winner, to enter by SHINJA between 10 p.m. Eastern, 20th of April, and 10 p.m. Eastern on April 30th. So you have only got 1 day left to buy that. Every 0.05 ETH spent is one entry into the price. So like I said, when Shibnobi do giveaways, they do not do it by half. They're just going to give away 70k in terms of Shibnobi and USD value for another competition they're running. So like I said, they don't do things by half. So that's kind of your update in terms of what's coming and equally what's out in the space right now. So let's talk about the main bit. Let's talk about the V1, V2 migration. Now, Cliff did speak very candidly about the point of a V2 migration. And I think when you read between the lines, as much as Cliff says, no, he doesn't really see the point of it. I actually think if they didn't have nearly $12.5 million in liquidity, I do think they would probably think about it. Now, his point being is that they are focusing on utility, which I totally get. And there's always a risk that they could migrate. they could move to a V2 contract and still not get listed on a big exchange. That's the reality of it. Exchanges want volume. How do you get volume? You list on a lot of other exchanges. We're seeing it with another token right now where their main goal is to list on as many exchanges as possible to drive some volume. So I don't necessarily think it's the end of earth. Do I think it would benefit the token? Absolutely. Do I think they need to do it now? No. I think they're doing the right thing in terms of working utility, getting product to the shelf, and making sure that product is really usable. But $12.5 million would be the cost of moving this over. They would have to find $12.5 million worth of liquidity to put onto a new V2 contract, and then they would have to move this liquidity out of here. If the contracts are announced and locked, like the liquidity is, then you're basically at a loss of nearly $30 million, which is a substantial amount of money even for Shibnobi and the size this is. So do I see it coming in the future? I'm not sure. I think Cliff is a very smart one. We know that the whole token issue, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked down in the description below. There wasn't an issue and basically was free tokens for everyone. That he is trying to deflate the token. He's trying to get the supply of the token down. This is doing nothing for the price. Ultimately, like you said, what drives the price of a product is people buying the token. People buy the token either to flip or because they believe in the longevity of the product and the use case that comes with it. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with Shibnobi, but still trending down, but with working on utility that I'm sure is going to come out there. Still at $12.5 million liquidity, still $72 million market cap. So we're going to have to see where this one goes. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think they should migrate to a V2? Or are you still holding strong with some utility? And I'll see you guys in the next video.